Now another shadowing exercise that I like to do, I just gotta find a piece of, you know, a spot to do this on here. All right, let me get another piece of paper. I'll just do that. All right, so again, another piece of paper. Again, just get some scrap paper. I mean, if you got, you know, if you got a bunch of construction paper, I'm gonna stand up for this one, a little bit of white paper, whatever. I like using white paper because you don't want the colors to, you know, just using black. You know, black's a good practice color. You don't want to practice with blue or anything like that. Black's a strong color. You can see what you're doing. Okay, so now that I have, make sure you guys can see it. So what I'm going to do up here, I'm going to try to do this sitting down here, is, you know, I'm going to do some shapes, and we're going to shadow, we're going to make it look like something here, okay? So what I'm going to do, make sure my spray gun's cleaned out here. I'm going to make some simple shapes here. Let's, you know, another shadowing. Let's just go here, up and around, and I want to make a hard line. Okay, so I'm actually kind of making a set of teeth here. Okay. Set of teeth. You know, however you want your teeth to look, you can put some fangs to it. Okay, so right now they just look pretty flat. Okay, so let's make these teeth have some dimensions. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here and I want to shadow this back half because it's up inside the gums and everything else. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm just gonna do a little bit of shadowing up in there. Just a little bit, light paint. And you can bring it down a little bit. You know, remember, these are gonna be your gums. Okay, you can bring it up in here. Okay, so we're starting to take a little bit of shape, it seems like. It's starting to look a little round. You know, teeth aren't perfectly flat either. Okay, just shadowing. I'm saying I'm on the inside of the line because that's the part I want to push back. You know, no sharp line, no sharp edges, no hard lines. I want that overspray to kind of help out a little bit. You want that overspray. Now when it gets up closer to the back of the gum, it's going to be a little bit tighter. This is a big tooth here. Still on and off, on and off, on and off. Okay, still doing a dagger stroke. And I could bring this back a little bit more to help push the tooth back. Okay? Again, the further I bring my shadow, the further I push an object back into the background, okay? So this is just another little shadowing exercise that you can get and make something look kind of cool. Okay, so now that I kind of did that, okay, so I'm gonna make the teeth, again, they're not perfectly flat, so I'm gonna come in here, I'm just gonna do a little bit of shadowing around the edges of them. You know, again, this is where, back in here is up in here, oops, up in here is where it's up inside the gums. Okay, so you can bring it back. I'm gonna pull my gun back and I'm just gonna kind of shadow up the teeth a little bit, pull it down, just along the edge. So I'm just doing slight back, slight, just a little bit, giving it some, kind of going with the shape of the tooth, kind of giving it so it's not look perfectly flat. I'm gonna drop this shadow down a little bit, make it look like it's sitting back a little bit further. So we want to leave the center of the tooth as white as possible to give it that highlight that it's closer to you. Again, I'm gonna drop this down a little bit. Come here, I want that overspray. We want overspray. Okay, we want overspray. Overspray is our friend. Okay, and drop the shadow down here a little bit. Okay, just kind of giving them a little bit of dimension. You know, your canine teeth aren't never usually. And you can kind of make a little bit darker on that area. See, I really made that kind of curve around a little bit. And I could do the same thing here, just a little bit. Look how far away I am. I'm pretty far away, guys. You know, I'm not right in here making these shadows. You know, I want that overspray. Really want to make that tooth look curved. Darken it up a little bit. Okay, so really get some curvature going on there. Okay, so it's not bad. It's simple things, you know. You come in here, like, okay, that doesn't look too bad. You know, teeth, they have some little lines in there. So this is, again, you're gonna come in here, you're gonna make, you know, you don't have to make a super line, you know, you don't wanna make a fat line like this. Just come in here and just put real light little lines in there. Make it look like the teeth are a little distressed, you know. So we're gonna come in here. Whoops, see, we don't wanna do that. That little hiccup in the gun there. We just want to put some little tiny dagger strokes in there, just getting the teeth looking like they're a little distressed. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit in there. And if you want to do something like this, look, I messed up. Okay, you know what, let's make that a little bit of a chip. Let's come in here and I'm just pulling the trigger back just a little bit if my gun would work. So I'm gonna come in here and just add a little bit of black to it. And I'm just making it look like it's a chip. And you know, you can come in here, make some little chips in here. Just make it a little bit darker at the beginning where that, you know, that stress is. You know, come in here. Okay, just giving it some character. You know, if you mess up, don't worry about it. The only one who's gonna know you messed up is you. Okay, you're the only one that's gonna know. So, you know, that's kind of it. You know, some pretty basic, you know, still, you know, getting in here with the little cracks is not basic. But hopefully by now you've been playing with it enough, coming in here and doing everything else. Okay, now I'm gonna move it up a little bit of a notch here. Okay, and we're gonna make it look like these are actually, you know, this on your gums. Feel your gums. You know, this is still sticks up and you have these little valleys in between. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna make a little valley. So I'm gonna start here, and I just poked my gun. I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna work my way out, but I'm gonna leave a space. Okay, again, I'm not making a hard line. I'm gonna come in fuzzy, and I'm gonna make basically a Y. Okay, so I went that way and I went that way. And I'm gonna darken the middle up. Okay, it's on and off, on and off. Okay, I'm gonna bring that up, fuzzy, and you're gonna see it's gonna start taking shape. Darken that valley up in the middle there. Again, I'm starting here, going up. There's a slight curvature, see, just a little bit. Okay, again, I'm gonna start here, nice and fuzzy, making little Ys. And then coloring in the middle, make it a little darker. So it's starting to look like, you know, I'm gonna make a little end here, give it a little bit of shape. Okay, now you can see it's starting to kind of look a little ripply. Okay, again, I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna make a Y. Now I'm not making any hard lines. The only hard lines I made were coming in here doing these cracks. You know, and some of the teeth, they weren't super hard lines. They weren't like right in here in real hard lines. Okay. Again, fuzzy. And it's all on and off. Watch my finger. I'm going on and off. Dagger stroke, on and off. And I can come in here again, make it a little bit darker. The more darker you make it, the more you're pushing it back. Okay, so I'm gonna make this down in here just a little bit darker. Again, I'm not doing any straight lines, and as I'm making it darker, it's pushing it back. Okay, pushing it back. Okay, and push it back a little bit here. Okay, now I didn't come in here and color it hard, dark. Okay, pretty simple. Now what I could do is I can even make this a little bit back, a little bit further, push these a little bit back, at least these ones. You know, I'm gonna make that roll a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up in here and I'm gonna shadow them up a little bit. I'm gonna shadow it up so it looks like it curls down. Again, fuzzy, 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 fuzzy. Fuzzy to tight, dark to light. You know, now I'm working on the outside of that line just to kind of push it around a little bit. Okay, so that's probably a little bit more on here, but I wanted to give you guys more to do. If you want to do it, work on the circles, work on your, you know, work on the eyeballs, work on the shadowings. You know, work on your dagger stroke, dagger stroke, dagger stroke. You're gonna hear that word. The dagger stroke is key to be able to do a lot of things, okay? Dagger strokes, getting them all done. You know, once you get your dagger stroke in here, work on your, you know, controlling how much paint you put out, you know, whether it's light, you know, or hard lines coming in there. Fuzzy, 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 fuzzy. Okay, remember, it's how far you pull that trigger back. Okay, again, I'm gonna make a fuzzy line. I'm gonna pull back just a little bit, okay? And I have a nice, and I'm gonna build on it. You wanna build on that fuzzy, build on it. We want the overspray. Overspray is our friend in airbrushing. All right, so there's a set of teeth, and ideally, if you wanna see what this looks like, use your phone. It really gives it a kind of a crystal clear kind of an image, because in front of you, it really looks kind of dull and fuzzy. So, I'm gonna kind of wrap it up there, guys. Hope you learned some more, and get an airbrush in your hand, start playing. Get it going. Talk to you later.